On with Final Fantasy 15. Pick up where we left off and all that good stuff. I think this is gameplay number 18, I want to say. Yeah, so awesome. If you guys missed it, Noctis has been asleep or in stasis or whatever you want to call it for the past 10 years. Just woke up and the world has succumbed to perpetual darkness, which means the demons prowl around endlessly. So right now I need to find my way back to civilization. I think this is Golden Quay, I want to say. Yeah, this is Golden Quay. He's been asleep for 10 years. I think Noctis was 17 when he first went to sleep. So he is now 27. So he's not old, just older. I don't have to fight these people, but I figure, you know, why not, you know? Hopefully I still have, yeah, okay, I was about to say, hopefully I still have my items after 10 years. I still have my items, that's great. Ow. Ow. I can't fight all these people by myself. I do have to run away, unfortunately. That sucks. Ow. Ow. He woke up to getting his butt beat. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what happened. Nobody wants to wake up going through that, in my opinion.
Ready for
Look at this thing. Oh, not touching you. Stay right over there, buddy. There we go. Can't ride a chocobo or nothing. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a little dog following you. Well, technically the dog is supposed to be leading me, not following me, but whatever. Guess he wants to run by my side, that's fine. Just keep running down this road until somebody finds me. It is guy. There we go. Hopefully nobody else attacks me. They probably will, because my life sucks right now. Oh, Noctis probably needs to take a shower. He's been wearing the same clothes and drawers for 10 years. Hasn't taken a shower, a bath, or nothing. That'd be the first thing I would do when I woke up. If I realized I've been asleep for that long, I'd be like, yeah, I gotta take a shower.
What is it, boy? Something's coming.
Man, not run me over. Don't run me over.
Yeah?
It's me, Talcott. My grandpa served the Amicidia family.
Talcott?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes way. Welcome back, Your Majesty. Yes, sir. That's right. Huh? Just a second. Said he wants to have a word with you.
He can have it in person.
He said you can have it in person. Okay. We should be there shortly, sir.
Oh, nasty.
I can't tell you how good it is to see you again.
Yeah, nasty is
sure
correct.
Different though.
You think so? Guess I've grown some these 10 years.
10 years.
The guys must be pinching themselves right now.
Where are they anyway?
Lestalem, more often than not, but they take a lot of trips to Hammerhead. For Miss Cindy. You know, back at the garage. She's a tough one, but when she needs a little extra muscle out on the road, she gives him a call. Oh, speaking of which, the guys said they're near Hammerhead right now, so we'll be meeting them there. You know, ever since you disappeared, Your Majesty, it's been nothing but nighttime non-stop. Lestalem still has light thanks to the power plant, so just about everyone's taken refuge there.
Only there?
Everywhere else has been abandoned. Demons moved in, forcing the people to move out. People still swing by the garage at Hammerhead from time to time, but it usually isn't for repairs. These days it's less of a service station and more of a slayer station, a base for demon hunting. The garage is still open though, one of the few places that is.
So, Sid, is he still alive and kicking?
He's kicking all right, just not as hard as before. He hasn't really been himself lately. At least, not since he moved out to Lestalem. Someone suggested he move the garage there too, but old man Sid wasn't having it. He called it a big fat chocobo turd of an idea. Said it just wouldn't be the same anywhere else.
That sounds like Sid, all right.
Miss Cindy said she didn't mind either way, so the garage will probably stay put for a while. And without any tinkering to do, Ignis's gourmet seafood is about all Sid has left to look forward to. With all the demons prowling around, more folk were getting hurt. Or worse. So Iris talked the Marshal into taking out the demons themselves. Iris the Demon Slayer, they call her. Gladio and the others, they lend him a hand whenever they can. Prompto spends most of his time hunting around Hammerhead. He tries to impress Miss Cindy, but she's already married to her work.
And Ignis?
He hunts too. We tried to stop him, but he wouldn't listen. He said if anything, he's more used to the darkness than we are.
Never got his vision back.
I'm afraid not. But that being said, he gets by pretty well on his own. Gladio and Prompto usually hunt on their own as well. It isn't often you see the three of them together nowadays. They still work as a team every once in a while, but each has his own set of tasks to keep him busy.
Is that so?
We've arrived, Your Majesty. Everyone will be so happy to see you. Don't worry. I won't be going anywhere. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
Hey.
Hey? That's all you have to say for yourself after all this time?
Noct! It's you! It's really you!
I hadn't realized.
Well, well.
They're really calm driving around those demons. what would you do? Like, would you be screaming and stuff? That would just attract more demons.
Let's head inside.
I think because he has those special headlights and everything, the demons will stay away from the car, so they're not too worried. And you have to think about it. These people have been living in the world of demons practically their whole lives. And here for the past 10 years, they have been basically, you know, around them 24/7. So after a while, and I think that's just with anybody, you just get used to your, you know, surroundings. It probably took 3 or 4 years, you know, for like Talcott and maybe the others to finally get used to it and stuff. But for the most part, they, you know, got used to it. So I don't think it's that, you know, they're just unusually calm being around demons. I think, like I said, they're just used to it. So it's not like if they were to take somebody like me or you or, you know, somebody who's not used to being around demons, period, it probably would be a different story. But because of the fact that they're kind of used to it, I think that's why they're like, I guess, calm about it or whatever. So that's my opinion on it anyway.
Welcome.
That's all you have, really.
Come again.
Hey.
You have anything good? 230. I already have that one. Like, period. Attack is 496. Oh yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting 2 of those. Wait. Already. Oh, never mind. Haha. Quicksilver. Alright.
See you later.
Lock this. Change this to Hyperion. There we go. Alright, where am I supposed to be going? I think I gotta talk to somebody. Nope. Maybe I'm supposed to stay the night.
I'm more than happy to tell you everything I know. The Chancellor's still around, though. In Insomnia. Nobody who saw him had any clue what he might have been up to. Their stories piqued Ignis's curiosity. I ended up helping Ignis look into the matter, digging through old records, even joining him on trips to the royal tombs.
Royally roped into it.
It's cool. I'm a bit of a history buff myself. But we did discover something pretty weird.
Huh?
While we were poring over all those ancient texts, one name caught our eye. Ardens. Apparently he was hailed as a savior, healing all those who were ravaged by demons, only to end up branded a demon himself. A dubious charge, I'd say. By all accounts, he was just as human as you and me. I'm more than happy to tell you everything I know. Oh, right. About the Empire.
Huh.
Gladio brought back word that both the Emperor and High Commander were dead. With those two gone, Niflheim pretty much fell apart.
Yeah, figured.
I'm more than happy to tell you, we've even got some former Imperials fighting for us. The toughest of them said she used to lead a band of mercenaries.
Aranea?
So you do know her? Well, I'm not surprised. The Marshal said she was feared far and wide back in the day. But now she's revered among the Lucian masses. Same with her men, Biggs and Wedge. Each of them leads their own small army.
That's great.
I'm more than happy to tell you everything I know. On the bright side, we've come a little closer to understanding the demons.
And?
You see, I'd always thought they were animals, only more hideous and savage. But it turns out they're just ordinary people. Unlucky folk infected by something or other that transformed them into monsters. There's no known cure as of yet.
There's
death is
nothing
the only
more
mercy.
pleasing than seeing your wife exit
I'm
the
more
room
than happy to
and
tell
enter the
you
living
everything
room
I know.
with a look
Got a
of
lot of
pure
survivors pouring in from the
bewilderment on her
corridor,
face
too.
because she just woke
With all
up.
the demon attacks there as of late? Not like it's much better here. Lestalem's practically overflowing with refugees from Insomnia. The Empire's recovery assistance fell by the wayside, and demons overran the city. Thankfully, Iris and the Marshal managed to evacuate the civilians. Now there's no one left, except the demons. I spent my childhood in the Crown City. It's sad knowing it's gone, you know?
Not for long.
What?
I became the king to reclaim our home, and now I'm back, as promised.
All these years and you remembered.
You bet.
I'm more than happy to tell you Your Majesty? Do you remember my grandfather?
Obviously.
There's something I wasn't able to tell you back then. Grandpa died because of me. It was my fault. An Imperial officer approached me in town, asked if I was from the Crown City, and that was just the beginning. What brings you here, young man? You didn't come here by yourself, did you? Oh, your grandfather's a butler at a manor. How very grand. Oh, he rubs shoulders with the royal family. You must be ever so proud. I answered him without thinking. A little after that, the man showed up at our hotel.
Talcott.
Think what you will of me, but please know that Grandpa didn't give you away.
Listen,
Yeah?
you're not a kid anymore. You should know by now what happened that day wasn't your fault. None of it. You know, it's hard to ask someone about their pain, but it's just as hard to share your own with someone else. I appreciate you opening up to me,
It's very true.
and I swear, I'll make things right. But believe me when I say, nobody blames you. Not me, not your grandpa. Trust me, you have the king's word.
Oh, Cats Plays Games TV. Just
I
letting you
suppose you're
know,
right.
when you come over this
Your
weekend,
Majesty.
you're going to be guest starring on my channel.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to be playing a game together. So, just letting you know.
Safe travels, Your Majesty.
Prompto's even capable of hunting alone these days. He really has come a long way.
Had to become a functioning adult sooner or later.
Doesn't feel like you've changed, though.
Not nearly as much as he claims.
You gonna spoil my moment?
What's there to spoil?
You know, even after all this time, you guys haven't changed a bit.
Not as
That's the
individuals,
stipulation.
perhaps, but we no longer
If
need to
you're
ask
going to come
one
over
another
this
for help
weekend, you're
in
going to
times
have
of
to
need.
guest star on my
We've
channel.
reached the point where that sort of synergy is second nature.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
And it only took us 10 years to get here.
Well, fellas, we're homeward bound at last. Time to suit up.
Finally get to rock these threads.
Wear them with pride.
Yeah. Just hope they still fit.
I don't know about everybody else, but I like Noctis's rugged look. See you later. Thanks for stopping by.
Home sweet home.
Yeah, at long last.
What we've been waiting for.
Sure is.
Next stop, the Citadel.
Yeah.
This is it. Give it your all, guys.
Yeah.
You got it!
With pleasure.
That's the way. Hey!
You doing okay?
Dead meat!
Haven't fought together like this in ages.
Really takes you back, doesn't it?
We may have struggled before, but now nothing can stand in our way.
Got a tough one on our hands.
Yeah. Move it or lose it! Get a kick out of this! Nice one, Prompto. It's nothing.
Let's do this.
Ignis! I've just the thing.
You all right?
I'm fine.
Gladio!
Here we go! Over here!
Nailed it! Thanks.
Done.
Not making it through here.
Think there's any other way around?
We might want to head under.
Wow. It's one hell of a battle they waged here.
I sense trouble.
That's right. Nice, Iggy.
No time.
Ow, that hurt.
Got work to do.
What time?
Oh, noise.
We'll turn the tables yet.
Ignis! I've just the thing.
Ow. That hurt. Ow. They hit me with.
Get a kick out of this!
Time to say goodbye.
It's nothing.
Reliable as ever.
Dunskies.
Let's take it down to the underground. It's worn down, but still the same.
Just like I remember.
Always came in handy.
Used to be filled with people. Let's see that it is again.
Ow. Cat always bugs me when I'm streaming.
She's
Has
got
nothing
this.
to do with me after I'm streaming.
That's the way.
Ow.
Don't worry, I got this.
Nice work, Gladio!
Move it up! Devils!
Ignis! Roger! Are we all right?
Follow me.
What kingly confidence you've acquired.
And it only took you 10 years. Only a little bit further from here. I think my heart might be slowing my legs down.
Fight through it. Can't make it without you.
Ah, yes, sir, Your Majesty.
everybody!
Dead meat! Get out!
Prompto. Okay.
Saw that coming. Dead meat!
Ow, 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 ow. He's fighting me.
Ignis! I've just the thing. Dead meat!
Far less trouble than anticipated.
Better snap some shots while I've got the chance.
Glad that's over.
Indeed.
No time to waste.
But of course, Your Highness.
Alright.
Might be able to salvage the buildings without structural damage.
Yeah, with the cleaning.
Lestallum's packed to the gills now.
Many would return given the chance.
Then let's bring him home.
Safety first, everybody!
Oh, look at this guy. Oh, yeah. Let's have some fun. Woo!
Ready for this? Ignis, I need you to... Of course.
Oh,
Gladio! Here we go! Over here!
Thanks.
oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Time to say goodbye.
My bad.
Tonskis.
Guess we've still got a little fight left in us.
You say that
Little
like
bit.
we've already peaked.
Yeah, we haven't even reached our prime.
Guess you're right.
Oh, well, let me go down there. Okay. Nothing down there. Let me just take the time to make notice that I love the music in this section right here. A somber melody, very calming, but at the same time, I guess in its own way, hopeful. Trying to get you set up in the mood for what's to come up ahead. So I really do like it for that reason. Here we go. Been looking for some shiny things. Can't go down there.
Could catch some Z's here.
Certainly. It's a spot worth taking note of.
Still think back to all the good times we had at camp.
Staying up all night, sleeping in all morning.
We certainly lived at our own pace.
Those were the days.
Alright, at this part right here, you have the option to call Umbra. When you call Umbra, you can either have, you can travel to the past, Alicia or Lucia. So I'm gonna go for the past, Lucis. There we go. This is basically the game's way of letting you go back and finish up any side quests and stuff like that. They retain a lot of the same stuff as far as just like, you know, all your abilities and levels and everything like that. So it's not like traveling to the past will set you back like 10 levels or take you to another save file that was, you know, there and everything. It literally just takes all of your attributes that you have right now and puts you in the past. Nobody else is aware of it though. Like the only person that's aware of it for the most part, I would assume, is Noctis, but I don't think anybody else is. So, pretty cool. I do like the gimmick though, because some Final Fantasies will set you on rails all the way up to the end, so you really don't have a choice, or you have to like travel all the way back to wherever you need to go and everything. With this one, they literally give you an option of going in the past and everything to handle whatever side quest, hunts and everything. Hello, Cats Plays Games TV. Welcome back, welcome back. I'll let you go back, and this is actually one of the only ways you can fight the Adamantoise, is by going back. You can either do it this way, or you can do it by going to New Game Plus. So I think I still have a couple of Royal Arms that I have to get. Obviously side quests that I got to do, hunts that I have to do, get my ultimate weapon, stuff like that. Now I don't need none of it in order to be able to play beat the game. You can literally beat the game right now at the level that I'm at and everything. If you're doing your playthrough, you don't necessarily have to be at like level 99 or whatever to stand a chance. I mean, to be honest, the boss fights are pretty simple, so yeah.
Howdy, Prince. Do you mind swinging by the garage for a hot minute? We've been experiencing some awful strange shakes back here in Lead. The hunters are already looking into it, but I reckon they could use a couple more hands.
Got it. On our way.
Yep, that's the call you get. And that's Cindy pretty much getting you guys prepared or letting you know about the Adamantoise. Now, the cool thing about this, and I told you guys back, if you can remember back a couple of gameplays, I said that the reason it was so imperative that you did finished a lot of these people's side quests, is because once you start the hunt, those people that you have helped will actually be there to help you out and everything. So it's actually pretty cool.
Hey there. There's something about savoring the vegetables of your own labor. We should totally do this again.
Totally.
Getting dark.
Better brighten things up.
Okay. Oh yeah. Get my carrots. Alright. There's that guy there. Not going to talk to him just yet. Like I said, I want to build up at least about 20 of those, so that way when I do talk to him, I can get, you know, more bang for my buck versus only presenting him with 3 or 4, and that's really not going to do too much for me. So, meantime, between time, gonna make our way back to the car here. And like I said, anytime that you want to go back to the present, all you have to do whenever you go camping, or if you go stay at a hotel or whatever and stuff, just call Umbra and he'll be able to take you wherever it is that you want to go. So yeah, there's that. But time to show you guys this Adamantoise so you know what it looks like. I'm pretty sure by now majority of you guys know what it looks like, but just in case, by the off chance that I have a viewer who has never seen the Adamantoise or never played a Final Fantasy game in their life and they're interested in this one, now you get to see one of the most epic boss fights in quite some time. Well, you know, once it finishes loading, because it takes a while.
Easier to sleep with civilization.
There we go.
Some sizable seismic activity down south near Longwythe. Dave and his boys are on the beat as we speak. It's the darndest thing. Ain't never felt so much as a rumble round these parts. Got a lot of folks worried. Got me worried too. Ain't easy tuning up a shaking chassis. Anywho, hope Dave and y'all can do something.
Huh.
Time to go speak to Dave.
How about some light?
Sounds good.
Probably.
I'm going all out.
Just don't get too carried away.
Sure way to talk.
How's the diner sound?
Here we go. We'll talk to good old Dave and look at this Adamantoise. The first time that I did this part, I had heard, I didn't want to spoil it for myself, so I never went on YouTube to look at pictures or videos or anything of the Adamantoise. And the very first, I just got off of work, and I think I got home at like 12 something. So I was like really tired and everything, but I was like, I just really wanted to see what it looked like and everything. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just see what it looked like. The first time I saw it, I was like, there's just no way.
If you wish to
like,
put on
I'm not
weight,
gonna beat this thing ever. You know, so
I know.
it was huge and I mean intimidating, and I think I was still at a pretty low level, to be honest. I think I was like at level,
I see your hunter's instincts brought you all back here.
I want to say
Mine are
maybe
telling me
40
there's something
something,
else
45
about
maybe.
these
So
shakes.
it was crazy seeing it for the first time.
Even enlisted the help of a fella from Galdon. Name's Dino. Real upright fella. Said he found himself a suspect spot. Y'all mind going to check it out for me?
Alright, see, everybody that you helped is all here. So that's why I said it's pretty imperative that you help as many people as you can. So remember her.
I could go for a cold one of these.
If it isn't my favorite hunters. You looking into what's causing all these earthquakes? Everyone at the power plant's up in arms. They're all wondering if the meteor's got anything to do with them. The company's offering a bonus to anyone who can solve the mystery. So I figured I'd take up the cause and earn some extra gil.
And each one of them that you speak to, they'll give you an item.
We heard rumblings of an earthquake around here and came to check it out. It's a little too close to the capital for comfort. Normally, Jared's notebook has the answer, but it came up blank this time, except for a weird legend about Longwythe. Something about the mountain awakening every few centuries and making the earth shake by its rousing. That's the best I got.
Prince Noctis, are you helping look for earthquakes? Well, guess what? I'm helping too! I started looking in Grandpa's notebook, and here's what I found. It said there's a legend about the mountain, and that's all he wrote. Oh, but you know what else? He drew a picture of a turtle. Not only was Grandpa smart, but he was a good drawer.
How in tarnation's a man supposed to get any work done when his tools are flying off the shelves all willy-nilly? In all my years living on the outside, I ain't never felt anything like these earthquakes. Ain't good for nothing but giving me a backache. Tooey!
Well, look what the Coral dragged in. You boys curious about these quakes too? As it were, I was going through some old biology docs, and I stumbled upon something that might pique your interest. Longwythe Peak. Oh, baby, this is monumental. I've got to check it out up close.
I see you boys are on the beat too. Not surprising, given the scale of this incident, if you will. My buddy Dino's been searching for a scoop. Sounds pretty dangerous. Think of how many copies we'll sell. And apparently there are some old legends about Longwythe. Past myths back to haunt the present. People will eat it up.
Well, I guess my cover's blown. I didn't come here to cook. I came here as an informant. Thought about picking up some ingredients while I was in the area, but now's not really the time for grocery shopping.
Dino, do it to her.
If the quake shake the key and our ship
got her up in a corner like...
our restaurant's sunk. We need to solve this now.
Dino, man, you too close, bro.
Well, if it is an inch pre octus nay. Dave probably told you, but I'm out here reporting on the earthquake. Since we're on good terms, let me share a little scoop. Word on the street is that the crag itself is the key. That, Crown City chick, Monica? Yeah, well, she's following up on the lead at Longwythe for me.
Time to go speak to Monica. Let me rent my chocobos first. Yeah, a lot easier. Let's see here. Where's the chocobo stand at? Somewhere around here. There you are. Hello. I would like 7 days worth of chocobo rentals. And then I want my chocobo. Hey, purple chocobo. Now. Don't laugh at my purple chocobo, okay? This is serious business right now. She might be purple, but she is dangerous.
Keep it moving.
Chocobo kick you in the chest.
Right behind you.
The hunt is on.
I'm going on ahead.
Yep, it's purple.
Magitech engine. It's close.
Nothing wrong with purple. Like, all of my boys got different colored chocobos. I want them looking like a pack of Skittles. Speaking of Skittles, I really want some. I haven't had Skittles in a while. I stopped eating candy a while ago.
Time for some action.
Yeah, I stopped eating candy about maybe 6 months ago. And, yeah, some candies I am actually missing a lot.
Thanks for the ride.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Good to see you, Prince Noctis. Dustin and I have been investigating the recent tremors in the region.
You can't trust purple on a
we've
guy.
Discovered the source of the
but
quakes,
my chocobo
a
was a girl.
long-dormant creature called the Adamantus. The beast is far too dangerous for us to approach. If you decide to venture closer, do exercise caution.
Uncover the mystery behind the mountain. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Let's go see. Oh, so much fun.
All kidding aside, this could be bad.
So we'll just stay out of it.
It's cool. Let's go.
All kidding aside.
Look at that.
Whoa! What is that? Oh no! No way, dude! That's a turtle!
The size of it.
Level 99.
Want some?
Nope. Alright, time to get out of here. I will go fight. As a matter of fact, the level that I'm at right now isn't too bad. I could take it down. It would take a long time. 3 in-game days, which equate out to about maybe 2 hours in real life. But yeah, I'm not going for that right now. Like I said, I don't want to take that long beating the Adamantoids. So for me, it's just going to be look at that thing. Look at that. Look, if you were walking up on what you thought was a mountain and you saw that come out, tell me you wouldn't. Oh man, I would lose my mind. Nope, I'm not gonna fight that thing. If it wants to make, earthquakes, then go right ahead and make earthquakes. I'm not gonna disturb it. Jeez. But yeah, I would suggest before you tackle it, if you don't want to have too much trouble, I would suggest you basically buff your party up as best as possible. It does some strong attacks. It only has 2 main attacks, which, as you would imagine, is Earthquake and another kind of like I can't remember exactly which attack it does for its secondary and everything, but it doesn't move for one.
Let's go.
So you don't have to worry about it chasing you all over the place. But it has a large attack radius because of its earthquake, or earthquake move. So if you're anywhere near it when it does that move, you're going to take damage, and a lot of damage. So like I said, it's more or less just being prepared for the battle than anything else. So if I were you, I would literally just go and when you're about to go and do that battle, just make sure that you're at a pretty good level, that you have some decent weapons, if not your ultimate weapons, a lot of healing things like elixirs, high potions, stuff like that, and any kind of buffers and everything. They have a lot of buffers in this game. Stuff that can literally render MP null and void, or MP cost null and void, so you don't have to worry about you know, losing MP for performing any kind of magic or his warp strikes or whatever. Power FX or EX, I think it is, and everything, which basically boost up your attack level and, you know, things like that and stuff. Eat a good meal. It's not going to last for 3 days or 2 days or however long it's going to take you to beat the Adamantoids, but you'll be able to amass a larger amount of damage in the beginning of the fight if you have those kind of buffs on.
Nice riding with you.
To be able to use and everything. Well, let's see here. Nope. Nope. Yep. Castlemark Tower is going to be a challenge for me, but I had a viewer a couple of days ago, well, about a week ago actually, and I'm sorry I'm getting to this late, but I've been very busy. But a viewer had asked me basically how to summon your summons and everything. After you acquire the marks and everything, you should be able to summon them. And he felt like it was very random and everything, and if there was any way to trigger it or any trick to triggering them. The answer is yes and no. I did extensive research on it, as best I could, really. And from the information that I gathered, basically what it comes down to is luck and situations. Each summon asks that you basically fulfill a certain amount of tasks before they come to help. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. For instance, when it comes to Titan, Titan will only come if basically everybody in your party has fallen. Meaning that they are in the red status, they're in the KO status and everything. So that's the only time he will come. Other than that, he won't show up. And when I say everybody in your party, I mean everybody in your party. You can't really... I mean, you could, but it would be hard to trigger that to make that happen. And then hope that he'll actually show up because, like I said, it's not guaranteed that he will show up. So be careful when doing that. That's literally the only requirement for Titan to show up, is for your party to be in danger. Everybody has to be in the danger, for lack of better terms, everybody has to be in the danger zone for Titan to trigger. For Ramuh, he is, basically he shows up depending on the length of battle. So if Noctis and his party has been fighting a particular, he summoned for me countless times when some party are still up. Like I said, this is going off of my research. If you can get it, because a lot of people have been arguing, like when it comes to Leviathan, when everyone is in danger, Shiva shows up for me mainly. Shiva, they said it mainly just had to be Noctis that was in in danger for her to show up. For the other ones, they said that that's when Titan would show up. For Ramuh, it was like depending on how long you're. And like I said, from the research that I've done, I'm not going to sit up there and say. That's why I said it's 50% luck based, because they said with Ramuh it depended on how long the battle was going on. And I have been in battle for like, sometimes I'll be in battle for like a minute, and the trigger will show up. Shows up if I'm in. Then shows up if I'm in danger. Yeah, and that's what I said with Leviathan. A lot of people kept saying that Leviathan will only show up if you're near water, and I have summoned Leviathan in a desert, and it didn't matter. So that's why I said it's certain things they'll sit up there and say that this is the requirement. In my opinion, I don't know if it's the requirement or not. I know that I honestly say I feel like it's luck based off the fact that it literally it's, I would say situational, but there's a lot of situations that I'll be in which I'm expecting my summons to show up and they won't show up. I'll be in every situation you think of. From all of my Shiva, they said that Shiva was hard because you had to meet all of those conditions. Everybody had to be in danger. You had to be in a certain area for her to show up, and something else. I forgot what the other requirement was. And I'm just like, okay. I think I've only in my gameplays I've only been able to summon Shiva like once or twice, really. So he came out the.
We all good? Good to go.
Look like I think it was that pond behind Sydney Place. Yeah. And that's what I said. Like for me, I was in the middle of a desert area, and I was able to summon Leviathan randomly, and I was just like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna argue it, but I know like one guy was asking me if you could, like my brother who streams as well. He was saying, oh yeah, dude, you need to summon Titan during the Adamantoise fight. I fought Adamantoise twice, and I've never been able to trigger not one summon. And this is and it says, it depends on length of battle. I wasn't even able to summon Ramuh, and they're sitting up there telling me, oh, well, it just depends on the length of battle, and that's when Ramuh will show up. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, why did he show up? I've been in this fight for 3 in-game days, and he didn't pop up not one time. And I've seen gameplays of people being able to summon him, during. I mean, it's cool because you get a different summon animation for when he shows up for the Adamantoise, which is relentlessly punching him in the face, which I thought was amazing. Other than that, you get Gaia's Wrath of Gaia or whatever, which has him throwing a piece of land, depending on where you are, or showing up, grabbing Noctis, and punching the ground. I've seen literally every single summon's ability, and all their alternate versions of what it is that they do. Unfortunately, I can't always trigger it. I know they say, well, it, obviously depends on basically, like, I guess where you are. For me, I got Ramuh like most, like 40x. Shiva, 40 times. Shiva, the second most, maybe 20. Then Titan, then Leviathan. I think because I was doing all. Yeah, like I think that's just with everybody. Like, you get a lot of summons with Ramuh because his condition is easy. It's just be in a battle for more than 2 minutes, and then his gets triggered. I'm assuming. But, for me, it was like, well, I really wanted to be able to summon on more than one occasion Shiva or, what's his name? Titan.
How far are we going?
Just sucked because, I couldn't when I wanted to. A lot of people like the idea of the what you call it being situational because they feel like you've earned it versus just, oh, well, I'm gonna, spend a bunch of MP and, spam summoning Ifrit because, whatever. Another thing that pissed me off about it was the fact that you can't summon Ifrit or Bahamut. And that's just stupid. You literally come out of your sleep, your 10-year sleep and everything, with that ability, and it's just like, oh no, never mind, you can't do it. We don't want you to. Just like, really? Oh crap! Hey guys.
Plow right through him.
Just kind of ran right into that one. Aha! Titan summon under the bridge one time for me. The bridge below Gladio. I have proof on my channel. Like they said, he only summoned.
No use hanging around here.
Indeed.
That would be hilarious to see, though. I'll have to check that out. I had somebody ask me the importance of camping. Do I prefer camping over staying at hotels? I already gave my answer before. I'm kind of torn between the two because with staying the night at hotels and campers and stuff like that, obviously it boosts up your experience points at the end of the day. And I love, everybody who's been watching my gameplays, they know I always do that. I will sit up there and bolster my experience points and then find the most expensive hotel to stay at, so that way I can get 2 times the experience points and everything. So they know that I'm all about that life. I really am. I'm all about grinding, but if there's a way to be able to get to that level 99 without having to spend so much time doing so, I'm definitely going to take advantage of it. However, camping is an interesting dynamic because, granted, yeah, you can eat at restaurants and stuff like that. Ignis, of course, is able to prepare some pretty outstanding meals for you, not only just in look, but in its status effects. But the other thing about it is, and I can't stress this enough, you might want to find that balance between the two, because there are certain 120 max, yeah. There are certain scenes that you won't be able to see unless you're camping. So there is a scene that I will be doing on this, not this particular gameplay, but this walkthrough of my playthrough of Final Fantasy 15. There is a scene in which Prompto will come up to you and ask you basically to escort him to Hammerhead, because he wants to get a picture of Cindy, pretty much, and everything. And Cindy kind of pops up and everything, and basically what you have to do is help him talk to her. And if you successfully do it, basically Prompto ends up, taking a picture with her. And he's really, really grateful and happy with it, because as we all know, my boy Prompto just is in love with Cindy head over it. Well, I'd say 2 girls in particular, but I'd say Cindy most of all, considering he's around her a lot more than he is Aranea. But yeah, if you do that correctly, like I said, he'll end up taking a picture, which is one of the rare pictures that you get. And like I said, you'll only be able to trigger that side mission if you're staying the night. There's another one in which Gladio pretty much ships Noctis and Iris, his sister, which is pretty interesting and fun to say, because I said during the gameplay, Iris is one of my favorite characters, especially sleep at the Prompto Hotel. Great scene. Oh yes, most definitely. It is a great scene. Very emotional, very great scene. But I've always said my favorite female in this game is Iris and everything, only because her beauty is subtle and it's not like in your face, like, oh, I have boobs, everybody look at them. Like, yeah, okay, appreciate it, but not necessary in my opinion. So when, of course you get introduced to Iris and everything, I'm just, huge Iris fan and everything, but I'm rambling on about that. I should be continuing on with what I was talking about. But I always said that I would never try to go for Iris because Gladio would probably kill me. And I felt the same way if Noctis tried to go for Iris and everything. He would probably in turn kill him. But, in this scene, he's really trying to be a good big brother. Like, he knows that Iris likes Noctis. Noctis is oblivious to it because he's an idiot, but, he's not really paying attention to that. Noctis is not about that life. Like, he loves Ludifreya, so he literally has eyes for nobody. And since he has eyes for nobody else and everything, he really, you know, a lot of the points just go straight over his head. And it's funny that it happens that way, but it is what it is at the end of the day, you know. But, you know, the Gladio being a good big brother, he wants to, of course, you know, support his sister and make her happy. So he basically tricks Noctis into giving her a flower by saying, oh yeah, she likes this flower, I want to do something nice for her. We have to go on a hunt for this one particular flower. So Noctis helps him find it. He's like, oh, you know, I'm not going to be able to give it to her, so you have to give it to her. And, you know, Noctis is like, okay, sure, you know. And then he gives it to her. Of course, obviously, you know, Iris is extremely happy and taken aback and really excited. And it's pretty cool seeing that and everything, because despite him being this just huge, you know, overpowered guy, he really has a soft spot for his sister. And, you know, it's kind of cool to see that and everything. But you get scenes like that, like I said, that won't be triggered until you camp out. There are other scenes that you'll be able to trigger. Oh, I have comrades. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I'll be doing a playthrough of Comrades, doing a playthrough, obviously, of Ignis's story, Gladio's story, Prompto's story, all that good stuff and everything, so you guys can see all the gooey. I've been informed that, you know, if other carnivals, you know, or whatever comes out, I mean, they have the Assassin's Creed one. So if any other carnivals come out or anything like that comes out, I'll do a little playthrough of that so you guys can see it and
So
hopefully,
Ask around
you know, like it and everything and stuff. But yeah, my opinions thus far when it comes to this game and all of its crazy DLCs that they try to keep this legacy of Final Fantasy 15 going is crazy and over the top, but
why don't you tell me?
It is what it is.
Black and white. Matches the mood of the scene. Powerful. Very powerful. Thank you for this. Damn, if it ain't a real work of art. Here, your reward.
Thanks as always.
It's my pleasure, Prince. You know I want to help you. The Media King. Best pals with the Lucian Prince. Seriously, though, let's keep working together.
We call him Mr. Hand. That is his name. I don't care what you guys think his name is, but to us, his name is Mr. Hand.
Hey, Prince Noctis, can I
and if you have to ask why, just look at him and you'll know why we call him Mr. Hand.
This is a juicy one. I need photographs of Imperial bases.
What's the catch?
Me and my readers both. We're getting taxed half to death. I figure we've got a right to see what our hard-earned gil is being spent on. I've got a good idea what I'll write for the article. You don't have to worry about that. But I need the photo. I know it's a dangerous job, but you can pull it off.
A pen is mightier than the sword. Alright, now, cool thing about this is once you come to the pass,
This next picture is gonna be the
you're
best
able
yet.
to go into the city
You
and find a guy who basically will send you on some pretty epic monster hunting quests. He is a legendary weapon maker, and he needs very, very, very specific items in order to make very, very, very good weapons. So, in my opinion, should you go and check him out? Yes. Yes, indeed. I honestly feel like it's worth it. The hunts are not for the faint of heart, though. So if you're not looking for any particularly hard challenge, I would suggest you go away. It's going to make you cry. Where'd he go? Did he only come out during... Hold on a second. Was he only out during the day?
Man, it's hot.
Then lose the jacket.
It is hot. Looks hot. All the steam coming out of the ground. Did I take a wrong turn at Albuquerque? Or is he only out during the day? Oh, I see something shiny over there. Getting that. Oracle Ascension coin. Ah! Yeah, I think he might be only out during the day. If not, then I think he's only available for New Game Plus. Which is not a big deal. Not a big deal at all.
Looking good.
Thank you. Did you just say I was looking good? Hold on a second. Who was that? Was that you? Don't be shy. You can talk. Okay, never mind, man. I want to talk. What's up, oh, baby girl? Hey. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bump into you. I just want to talk to her. Oh, man. Talking to females these days is a chore. Jeez. City full of females. All the females work. I think that would be an interesting city, to be honest. I don't know if I would want to work. I mean, live there. Not to say that I'm sexist or anything like that. I just, it would be weird not working, you know, not having the option to work, I should say. Like, I guess in some guy's mind, it would actually be, you know, cool or interesting or fun or whatever. You know, I've been working majority of my life, and I'm just used to working. Like, if I'm just sitting around the house, effectively being the house husband, I'm not making fun of those people who do, you know, that's what they do, because, I mean, if it's what you do, then it's what you do. Who am I to judge at all? I'm not going to judge you, you know, whatsoever. What is this? Where is this at? Well, why didn't I fight him? Did he only come out at night? Let's go find out what's going on with this guy. But anyway, yeah, I'm not making fun of those guys who, you know, live that lifestyle. I mean, it is what it is. You do you. For me, I like working. So if I'm living in a town in which I don't even have the option to work, that might make me feel some kind of way. Like, I would just want to, you know, do something. But, I mean, you see guys, they're running shops and stuff like that. Like, you have the weapons dealer and, you know, the cooks and everything like that. But when it comes to the hard, you know, labor, like working in the plant and all that good stuff, it's just like, oh, nope. You know, just leave it to the women. And that's, you know, again, cool. I would rather work with the women than just have the women work predominantly. But, you know, it is what it is my opinion. I don't think I would want to live there, though. I don't think I would. Out of all the cities in this game, I'm not too sure which one I would really want to live at, to be honest. Ah, man, I'm not too sure. I think everywhere you go would just be dangerous no matter what. So it's just more or less the option of which place is the least dangerous. I would say Altissia, but considering it got destroyed by Leviathan, I don't know if I would want to go there. Well, before, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I know that Leviathan is sleeping, you know, is this thing, it only comes out during the day? That sucks. Okay, well, that sucks. I thought it was a nighttime thing. Yeah, Altissia was great and beautiful. And I would probably, I mean, that's the closest you're going to get to a lively city in this game, to be honest. So I definitely hear where you're coming from on that one. Definitely. But yeah, Leviathan just saw to it that that place got destroyed relentlessly. That was terrible. Woo! Where's my chocobo at? Hey, baby girl. Let me mount you. Oh, yeah. Gotta love it. I think it sucks that a couple of these hunts I can't do until it starts raining, which, let's face it, is Castlemark Tower. Good God, this place gives me so many nightmares and pains. For anybody who has played this game, C_Cole96. I know that you've played, obviously, this game. Your thoughts on Castlemark Tower. You know, I want to hear your thoughts, because is it just me, or is that place just, does it make your eye twitch? Because it's making my eye twitch. So it has to make your eye twitch. Right? So my cat even agrees with me. Exactly. See, she definitely agrees with me. She's like,
Ready
yeah,
when you are, Ignis.
that place made my whole eye twitch. The entirety of the eye. Just thinking about it right now is making my eye twitch. Castlemark Tower, and okay, let me get something straight. Castlemark Tower isn't innately hard. It's just when you're first going in there and you literally have no idea what you're doing, and it keeps dumping you into a room full of the biggest, baddest monsters available or demons available. I forgot, honestly, I was stuck outside for like 30 minutes before I figured out how to enter. To be honest, I knew how to enter. It just, well, you know, no offense or whatever stuff, but it just seemed pretty obvious to me because he'll say it. Like, Prompto will actually say something when you approach the tower for the first time and it's locked during the day. Prompto will be like, you know, he'll say something along the lines of, I guess we'll have to wait or something like that. So when he said that, it kind of triggered me to believe, okay, this is one of those places that opens at night. Because when you team up with Aranea to go into another tomb, it pretty much does the same thing. It pretty much says the same thing, which is, you know, you can only go into there at night. So I figured this was one of those same tombs. Castlemark literally is a puzzle. You have to figure out, there's these stone slabs. I will show you guys. I'm not going to do a lot of it on camera or live and everything because I don't want you guys laughing at me, nor do I want you, if I'm being honest, nor do I want you guys to have to suffer through me running around in a circle, because I was able to get through it the first time. Second time a little bit easier, but it's been about 6 or 7 months since I played Final Fantasy 15, and a lot of that has left my head. Because of that, I really don't want to go in there and look like an idiot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, yes, that puzzle was confusing at first. Hate if you fail one because you get trapped with giants and have to restart. Exactly. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. I would be okay if it was just a puzzle that if you failed it, you had to start over from the beginning. I'd be like, yeah, it's tedious, but I don't mind it. No, but if you fail, they punish you by throwing you into a room with a whole bunch and you have to fight. It's not like you can run away. You're in a room where basically your only way out is an elevator, and the only way you can activate the elevator is if you get rid of all the enemies. So you have to kill like 2 red giants, two or three of these Nanagi snakes or whatever and stuff. Red giants are tougher than the regular iron giants, mind you. They do massive amount of damage, and they have fire elements on their side. You also have these 3 the Nanagis or whatever stuff, or Nagis, or however you want to say their names and everything, which can poison you, turn you into a toad, and turn you to stone. Then you have little balls of electricity things, or whatever you want to call them, and everything that are coming after you as well. And imps. You have literally a smorgasbord. They punish you for getting this wrong. So, yeah, I hate puzzles and platformers, but I enjoyed that secret dungeon. It was huge as hell. The one with Black Hood. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, most definitely. I'm okay with puzzles and platformers and I'm okay with puzzles and everything. Like I said, it depends on the puzzle. I did a playthrough of Uncharted, the entire Uncharted series, before I started Final Fantasy 15. And Archaeans, female fighting spiders. Yeah, I believe so. I did a playthrough of the Uncharted series before I started this, and a lot of people, I was telling them about, you know, my love of certain puzzles within that game, but there was one puzzle in particular that I knew I was going to tear my hair out on, because when I first played it, it took me literally an hour to figure out this puzzle. And some people might say, oh, hour's not that bad. Other people might say, oh, an hour is, you know, a really long time or whatever. For me, it is that bad because I'm the type of person who likes to just keep the flow going in a game. I don't like when I have to come to a complete halt to solve a puzzle that is just ridiculous. If it's a game built around that type of, you know, whatever, like for instance, Legend of Zelda. From the first time Legend of Zelda premiered on Nintendo all the way up until now, with the most recent iteration being on the Nintendo Switch and the Wii U, most of the time you're going to be figuring out some sort of puzzle and everything. So you expect that And you know it's going to range from being extremely simple to mind-numbingly difficult and everything, you know?
From here.
And I'm okay with that because it's expected. But Final Fantasy has never presented me with... Okay, I take that back. Final Fantasy X, when you had the Cloister of Trials, when it came to going into these different temples and obtaining the summons or whatever it is that you were there for, granted, sure, it was tedious. Yeah, Final Fantasy X. Granted, it was tedious, but at the... Whoa, I see somebody. Hey, hello. It was tedious, but at the same time doable and everything. I was able to, in my opinion, get through it with relative ease. Like I said, you weren't punished for getting something wrong other than either one, having to start over, or two, pretty much just a headache because you're there for a long time. It rendered me speechless the very first time that I played. I can't remember which trial it was in 10, but I was so angry. It's the one, I can't remember which one, but it's the one, it looks futuristic, like you're riding these moving panels across like a electric looking floor and everything. I can't remember exactly where it was or the name of it or anything like that. But if anybody who's played Final Fantasy X, anybody who's played Final knows exactly which one I'm talking about. That one was stupid. I restarted after I was at an end game when I realized I missed a spear to get a summon. If I didn't restart, I had to fight a dark... Oh my god, dude. Okay, so hear me. Let me regale you with the tale of my experience with that. My wife actually had went out and bought Final Fantasy X 10-2 remake, HD remaster and everything for me when it first came out. You know, she had never seen me play it. She had never, you know, she knows that I love Final Fantasy, so of course when it came out, the first thing she did was run to the store and bought it for me. And I had already made plans on getting it anyway, so of course it was a welcome surprise. So I popped this bad boy in there and I'm playing along. Now, mind you, it's been a while since I've played 10. And the HD remaster has introduced the Dark Aeons and all this good stuff, because in the original first iteration of Final Fantasy X, if you miss something, you can go right back to the area and do whatever. No. HD remaster introduced Dark Aeons, which I'm not going to say, you know, they probably had the same thing going on in Japan, because Japan looks at Americans as a bunch of pussies that can't handle hard, you know, games, which is true, because I can't handle it. Like, keep all of your hard stuff and give me the light stuff. I love Japan. You know, everybody knows that about me and everything. So, but geez, they make games extremely difficult because they want you to have PTSD after playing the game. Anywho, going off on a tangent there. I'm sitting up there playing, and I realize I missed a spear. It's in order for me, I think, in order for you to be able to get what's his name? I want to say Pain, and his name is not Pain. What is his name? What is the name of that summon? I was literally just watching it. Wow, I am drawing a blank right now. I don't know why I keep saying Pain. I think that's one of his moves. Anyway, I think you guys know which summon I'm talking about anyway. But I go and I'm like, oh crap. The one in Casket. Yeah, whatever his name is, the one that has the overdrive move of Oblivion and everything. I can't think of his name right now. I'm seriously drawing a blank right now. What is his name? Yeah, the 1000 hand. It's called Oblivion. That's his overdrive move. I can't think of his name right now. That is terrible. Wow. I am seriously going over it in my head. It's like it's on the, it starts with an A. Does it? If it does. If it does, awesome. If it starts with an A, I'm just gonna say Aeon. Because that's what it is. But, wow. Anima. Wow, okay, there we go. I should have known anima. As much as I love anime, you would think, okay, anima. Anywho, anima, it's required that you grab each destruction sphere from all of these temples that you have previously visited. If you haven't grabbed the Destruction Sphere, you're required to either go back and get it, or, you know, you're just going to have to do without. So I'm thinking, oh, I missed a Destruction Sphere. I missed one that was, I think, the Jose Temple. No, it was the one back in Besaid, where Yuna's village is from. I went back to Besaid, and I got ambushed by the Dark Aeon of not Ixion. Crap, what is her first one called? I'm not even going to go down that road of trying to remember its name. But you get ambushed by the dark version of this summon. And it one-shotted my entire party. Like, one shot. I'm like, wait, hold on. So I went back thinking, okay, maybe I just didn't do something right. You know? That sounds like the same experience exactly. The first bird summon, that's where I said, oh, no. Exactly. Like, I go back and I get one shot and it's terrible. And I'm about to cry because I'm thinking, okay, I should be able to get past this. It's just a Dark Aeon. How tough could it be? Like, maybe I just, you know, I did something wrong. Or maybe it just got a lucky shot in. So I go back in and it does it again. All of my characters done. Before I can even breathe, before I can push the button X, I was done. My entire party scratched in the face, 9,999 damage from the word go. And I'm like, okay, so clearly I can't do this. So yeah, anybody watching this stream right now that has never played Final Fantasy X, that is interested in playing Final Fantasy X, I implore you, when you are going through these temples and you have the Destruction Sphere in your possession, keep it. Because if you leave it behind, there's a good chance you are not going to be able to get back to that temple and do anything. It's terrible. You're going to cry. You're going to have a bad time. Yes, you can beat the Dark Aeons, but it requires a lot of grinding for you to be able to get your celestial weapons with every single character. And just getting the celestial weapons alone is tedious, especially Wakka's. God, I hated getting Wakka's ultimate celestial weapon. Why? One word: Blitzball. I hate Blitzball. I hate Blitzball more than I hate... Lightning was okay. The lightning dodges, my brother literally just did a playthrough of Final Fantasy X on his channel, I want to say about a month ago. And on live, he dodged all those lightning strikes and everything. I gave him his hints on exactly what to do, and me giving him a hint on what to do, he was able to accomplish it and everything. Lightning dodges, I was okay with. You learn, you can manipulate that a certain way, so that's easy. As long as you have your timing down, you're good with lightning strikes. Blitzball, I didn't want to, but I could not get through Final Fantasy X feeling proud of myself of saying that I had completed it if I hadn't got everybody's celestial weapon, including Wakka's. I didn't want to. I hated the idea of it happening. I think I only have Tidus. I think I have Yuna and Riku, I think. Yeah, I had everybody's. I had Yuna's, Riku's, Auron's. Auron's is pretty easy to get. Tidus's is pretty easy to get. Riku's is easy to get. Yuna's is definitely easy to get. Kimari's is pretty much given to you. I mean, it's not that hard. The only one out of everybody that I would say gave me some kind of trouble, well, definitely a lot of trouble, was Wakka, and I would say Wakka and Tidus, because Tidus let me think. It's a tie between Tidus or Auron. And Kimari, if you forgot. Yeah, Kimari was easy. Everybody, like I said, everybody's, for me, was the only person I didn't like was having to get was, of course, Wakka's, because I hate Blitzball. I hate Blitzball with a passion. I don't know why. I would rather play the card game presented what was it called? What was it called in Final Fantasy X-2, that game? Sphere Break. I would rather play Sphere Break than Blitzball any day. I would have rather play the card game in Final Fantasy VIII than Blitzball all day. I'm sorry, but Blitzball did nothing for me. I hated it. I beat it, sure, because I had to get Walkus, and even after I learned all the mechanics, I got all the best players I could find all around Spira, got them on my team, buffed everybody up on my team to make the matches pretty much one-sided. I still hated it with a passion. It was so much. Oh, I hated it. I would rather raise every single Chocobo in Final Fantasy VII from hatchling to grown-up, race them at the Golden Saucer, bring them back, capture a Super Chocobo female in the wild rarely, mate them together to try to get a Golden Chocobo every single day for the rest of my life, then play Blitzball again. I hate Blitzball. You don't understand. It's terrible. Still don't get caught. Yeah. That is how it is. Unfortunately, like I said, for me, I just had a terrible time altogether when it came to playing that. But
right here.
Not trying to discourage anybody from doing their thing. You know, if you guys really want to play, you know, immerse yourself in your own experience. And I say this a lot. A lot of people will take person's opinion as gold and be like, oh, well, so-and-so said that the game sucked, so I'm just going to assume that the game sucked. Just beat main story. I restarted to get 100% everything. Oh, okay. That's pretty awesome, dude. Got a piece of toast. That's all I want, just a toast. Wait, what's your favorite 3 Final Fantasy? Ha ha ha! Refers to Final Fantasy VII with beat-only story. Wait, what's your favorite 3 Final Fantasies? Oh, man. Dude, don't get me started. Okay, I know this is probably going to spark a lot of controversy in the comments later on and everything, but, you know, again, my opinion. Number 1, of course, Final Fantasy VII. I know, cliche, everybody says that, oh, dude, Final Fantasy VII. I've given my reasons over and over again during my entire gameplay of Final Fantasy 15 on why I think Final Fantasy VII is absolutely outstanding. Me, I'm a person who loves story, and I felt like Final Fantasy VII had a very interesting and immersive story and memorable characters. Yeah, you had characters like Vincent Valentine and Yuffie, Kisaragi, who were pretty much, I guess, you know, side characters, so you didn't really learn too much about them other than going on specific quests to get them and specific quests to kind of expand their story a little bit. But, you know, you learn more later on in Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus, which, ugh. But anyway, Final Fantasy VII, number 1, absolutely love it. Number 2, ha ha ha, everybody's gonna laugh again. I don't care. Final Fantasy Type 0. I loved Type 0. I love Type 0 with a passion. I'm sorry, I just did. Type 0 was so much fun to me. It had a great story. Again, pretty memorable characters. I'm not going to say that I remember every single one of them, but the story was outstanding. There's never been a Final Fantasy that I felt really took on the mantle of the dauntingness that Type 0 brought with its mature content. It didn't take maturity to a point of being stupid over the top. Like, for instance, when Sonic the Hedgehog was out, Sonic, everybody loved Sonic. Sonic was just the blue hedgehog. Bruh, same Type 0 HD. Thank you. Every single time I say that, people's always sitting up there, Type 0? What are you talking about, Type 0? Who even likes Type 0? Type 0 was so fantastic to me, man. I mean, I wasn't even trying to play this game. Believe it or not, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably will believe, when I first got the game, the only reason I got it was because it was supposed to come with the demo, for Final Fantasy 15. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get it just for the demo. I don't care about Type 0. It looks stupid. You didn't hear anything about the game. Game seemed stupid in the comparison to the other ones that had just came out. So why in the world would I be interested in it? It literally sat on my gaming shelf for almost a year before I finally decided to play it, literally because I had nothing else to play and I felt like playing a Final Fantasy game. So I'm like, I had played it once. Oh, who's calling me?
Yeah.
The refurbishing's complete.
Thank you. I literally had nothing left to play, and because of that, I just decided I had played every single PlayStation game that I owned at that time. And so I looked at the shelf, like, what do I want to play again? Do I want to play another game again? And I saw Type 0, and I'm like, I've never played this. And I had played through some pretty terrible games, you know? So I was like, how bad could... If I can't count myself a Final Fantasy connoisseur if I don't even give Final Fantasy any of the titles a chance and everything. So I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. And I did, and I was so... I was so surprised at how much I loved this game. I mean, my wife sat up there and watched me play through this entire game, and I'm just sitting there like a kid in a candy store. Like I really didn't think that I was gonna like the game. I was like, this is gonna be stupid. I'm not gonna play this game. I'm not gonna take it seriously, that's for sure. And I ended up loving the game so much. I was like, really? This game is outstanding. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. And I mean, the ending, bruh, come on, man. When you get that true ending, you can't tell me, as a grown man, you can't tell me you wasn't sitting up there like, oh man. I mean, if you haven't played Type 0, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Me and Tim used to...
That's crossing the line. Say your prayers. Sorry.
Ow. Ow. Somebody help me. You guys are sitting up there watching me get destroyed.
Count out. Gotta love it. None the worse for wear.
They used... my main team usually always consisted of Ace, 8, and King. If I wasn't using King, I was usually using Jack. But Ace, Ace and 8 were always in my team, though. That was my main team. But yeah, like, I played through Type 0 twice. Literally beat it, turned around, and went and beat it again. I mean, I did almost everything there was to do in that game. I got every single chocobo you could breed. I never understood Jack movement, so gave up. He's level 44, I think. Yeah, like, I bolstered I mean, you know, of course, obviously exploited the cheat to be able to get everybody up to level 99 before I could even go to my first mission. Like, the moment that you're available to use that training ground, I used it, haha, 3 times here. Just doing Gilgamesh weapons now. Oh. Oh, I missed. That's terrible. When you're fighting these low-level creatures, I would suggest you warp strike them to kill them. You're not going to get much experience, but I do suggest that you do it because if you have upgraded it in your Ascension column, every single time you warp strike, you get 1 AP point. So you can literally build up like 63 or more easily just by warp striking these low-level ones, because you have to warp strike and kill them, or warp strike and break them in order for you to get an AP. So, yeah, I would suggest you just go ahead and do it. But anywho, yeah, Final Fantasy Type 0 was a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm not even going to say guilty pleasure because I'm not ashamed of it. I thought that it was a great game. Exactly, AP points. I have like 2,000 AP left over here. Dude, like, AP points are just essential in this in order to be able to get the best experience with all of your characters. So, yeah.
It's close.
Definitely my opinion to go ahead. And what's up? Come on, guys. I want to fight everybody. Jeez, did you just fly over me like I wasn't even there? Like, dude, you just fly over me like I wasn't even a problem? All right, that's so Type 0's second favorite. Yeah, and third favorite is 15. 15 is my third favorite. I have my problems with 13's storyline. Lord knows I do. I definitely have a problem with the storyline, more or less the way it ended. Not because I'm a bleeding heart that sit up there saying everybody has to survive. No, that's not it. I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand why Noctis had to be away for 10 years, only for him to come back and not really do too much of anything and still die. Like, his return was very anticlimactic, especially for those who were close to him. I felt like that was just kind of stupid the way they did that. It was just like, okay. I was like, all right, really? But, you know, it is what it is. Final Fantasy 15 still remains one of my favorite, like I said, my third favorite Final Fantasy, followed closely by the first Final Fantasy 13.
You're on fire today.
No big deal.
Some people got upset. Was like, you know, when I first revealed my list on Twitter and on Facebook, they're like, dude, what about Final Fantasy 8? What about Final Fantasy 10? I liked those games. I did. I'm not saying that I don't like them. I just 15 is number 3. I'm sorry, but that's just yeah. I mean, I'm glad somebody agrees with me, honestly, because like I said, a lot of the times I'll bring this up, and especially when it comes to my brother, who's a Final Fantasy fan as well. He will sit up there and say, you know, he just really enjoys, you know, a lot of the stuff and everything like that. And we'll argue or debate, I should say, and everything about the stuff. But I told him, I was like, look, when it comes to 15, I'm sorry, I just did not like the ending. I didn't think I love 13 Type 0, 7, I don't know, I think I have a 5th. Yeah, like I said, for me, what's up? I see some guys in the distance. I'm going to go smack him in the face. Come on, guys. Might as well. Oh, yes. Brought out the big boys.
Perfect or what?
Just destruction. I didn't even have to do that, but I had fun with 13 too, but didn't really love it. It was platinum. It was fun platinuming it. Lightning Returns, I didn't like it. Yeah, I liked 13. I was just confused by the story. A lot of this, they threw a lot of information at you and didn't really go in depth with a lot of the stuff. And I think that's what kind of turned me off. I have went on record saying that Final Fantasy 13, in my opinion, has the best soundtrack. And I really stand by that. I felt like Final Fantasy 13 had the best soundtrack out of every single Final Fantasy game I played. And I played literally every single Final Fantasy game. So I felt like I can go on record saying that with confidence, that I honestly, truly believe that Final Fantasy 13 had the best soundtrack. However, like I said, it wasn't without its faults, and one of the biggest glaring faults to me was the fact that it had a terrible, terrible storyline. More convoluted and confusing than pretty much any other Final Fantasy storyline I've ever had been a part of and everything. So 13, the gameplay was unique, outstanding, different. I liked it. The characters were memorable, awesome. I didn't really like Snow too much because I felt like he was one of those typical kind of characters and everything. 13 was my first. Yes, that soundtrack introduced me to vocals in-game. Music led me to Persona. Please don't get me started on Persona. This gameplay will go on for another 3 hours if you get me started on Persona. Persona, God, come on, man, dude. Yeah, we're way too, we're way too much alike. We are way too much alike. Sunlit Waterscape was my favorite. Great. Yep. Got that right. Got that right. Blinded by Light was my favorite. Blinded by Light was my favorite. Shoot. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
pretty damn windy.
I can't see a thing.
Ah! Not the time for horseplay!
My hand slipped.
Here we go. You can't tell me. You can't. It's when you first play as vanilla when it starts playing. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know exactly which song you're talking about, and I did. That's why I said I liked almost every single song in, if not every single song in 13. So I definitely agree with you. I know, dude. That's why I said you can. I have this entire soundtrack on my phone. That should tell you how much I love this, man.
Where's the damn sun?
I love this soundtrack, dude. I mean, this battle. Who has a better battle theme in Final Fantasy? In all of Final Fantasy, what battle theme can you say comes close to Blinded by Light? Come on now, man. Nobody can top that, dude. I mean, it's so great to me, you know, for a number of reasons. One of which, like I said, it just really opens that magnitude of what this game was really all about and everything. The big scale, the big scope of everything. It always made everything feel urgent. Like you were literally, this was the fight of your lifetime. Like you could be going up against the most low-level creature, but when this song played, it got you pumped up like you were about to save the world. And I loved that. Like it was just so great. It made me so excited just to go in any aspect of everything, getting into a fight and stuff. So I just loved it and everything, you know, Final Fantasy. But like I said, dude, you did the mistake of mentioning Persona. God dang, dude, come on now. Let me tell you something about Persona, okay? Oh my goodness, dude. I never played a Persona game until Persona 5. My brother has this uncanny ability
I'll give you that.
to play a game and then call me and pretty much promote the game as though he's getting paid to do it. He'll call me no matter what time it is. Dude, just played blah, 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 blah. You need to play it. You need to play it. I had literally just got finished buying a whole slew of games and everything, you know. Me and my wife came across some extra money. So I ended up going to the store and I just bought the PlayStation VR. I had just bought Resident Evil 7. We just got our first Wii U. Like there was a whole bunch of stuff that I just got. So for me, and I just Xbox One S. Like I have a lot on my plate already. I'm like, dude, you know, I'm not gonna be buying it. Like, you know, I already have a lot of games, and I really don't feel the need to get any more or whatever and stuff. And he like every single day, dude, did you get it? Dude, did you get? Dude, I'm not gonna be getting it anytime soon, man. Calm down. I'll probably get it when I feel like getting it, or you know, whatever like that. And you know, he calls me again, and I'm like, God dang. He even went as far as to message my wife and tell her about it. And I'm like, dang. So my wife is laying in bed with me, and she rolls over. She's like, so Derek seems like he really likes what you call it? And I'm like, you know, what are you talking about, Persona 5? And he was like, yeah, you know, really need to get Persona 5. And I'm like, all right, fine. Let's go and see what Persona 5 is all about. She's like, all right, cool. So I went on ahead, I downloaded it digitally off of PlayStation Network and everything. And I'm like, I'm not going to play because I was in the middle of playing something else. I can't remember exactly what it was. But I was in the middle of playing something else.
I've been taking pics of whatever catches my eye.
Huh?
But what do you
Yeah, that's it. I was in the middle of playing The Last of Us. It was my first time playing The Last of Us as well. So I'm like, you know what? I was really immersed in that story. I loved it and everything. So I'm like, I'm going to finish The Last of Us. And then once I finish The Last of Us, I will play Persona. I'm like, all right, so I finished with The Last of Us. I'm like, okay, let me go on Persona and see what's going on. I played it. God damn, I fell in love with that game from top to bottom. Persona 5. Persona 5. If you have not played it, if you are listening to this right now and you have not played it, what is wrong with you? Are you stupid in the head? Persona 5 is probably, if not the best game to come out this year. I say it is the best game to come out this year. I say it, and I say it with confidence. I've played a lot of games that have come out this year, and Persona 5 by far is my absolute favorite. Why? Let me tell you why. Art direction, 10. Music, 10. Game of the year, 10. All of this stuff as a big fat 10. Why? Because Persona 5 is excellent. Storyline, 10. Characters, a 10. They're memorable. Everything exceeds expectations. I loved this game from beginning to end. I couldn't put it down. I wanted so much more of this game. I wanted everything to do with this game. I wanted to immerse myself in this game's world. I loved it so much. I literally didn't know what the hell waifu meant until I started playing Persona 4 and people telling me waifu this, waifu that. I've known about waifu for quite some time and everything. It's just, you know, for me, Final Fantasy X, my waifu was Riku. I loved Riku to death. Riku is always going to be my waifu. Exactly, those games exceed expectations. I had to pre-order Persona 5 sale book after Persona 4. Oh yeah, dude, like, it's just, you can't not like Persona 5. Persona 5 presented something to me that I thought I would never really enjoy in a game as much as I did, and that was an immersive and excellent, flawless story. I always look, I'm a writer. I love writing, and I take it very seriously. So for me, the biggest point in a game is always going to be the story. I don't care about graphics. I don't care about enemies or difficulty or anything like that. You get me a good story and I will defend that game to a T. That's why I love Final Fantasy VII so much. For its time, sure, the graphics were subpar, and looking at it now, the graphics definitely doesn't hold up. I mean, you look at it and you're like, holy crap, what the hell? This was on the PlayStation 1? What in the world were they thinking? Cinematic cutscenes in Final Fantasy VII was, yeah, but, you know, what a little good, but overall, the graphics terrible. What I loved about Final Fantasy VII was the storyline. I loved it. Even the mundane actions are rewarding. Doing laundry. Exactly! And it makes you really execute time management to a T. From doing laundry to reading a book to going to school, all of this stuff takes time. And it really makes you, at first, it's really nerve-wracking. Like, if you suffer from anxiety, I don't suggest you play this game. Because you're not going to be able to squeeze everything you want into one day. You literally have to make a choice, and that choice can literally affect how everything turns out for you in battle, your relationships around everybody. It can be overwhelming. If you have an overarching ability to choose between 20 different things to do, and you can only choose 2 of those, which one becomes more important to you? And in doing so, is it something that you are willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrificing bolstering up your relationship with somebody in order to be able to increase your charm? Are you willing to sacrifice bolstering your charm in order to gain some money? Like, which is more important to you overall when it comes to developing your character and your team? And that's what it comes down to, is making the tough decisions and managing your time. LMAO, plus they keep introducing more things to do. Exactly! Like, you feel like, okay, they told me that I could study, they told me that I can do this, they told me that I can do that. You have 3 things to choose from. You're like, that's not that bad. As time goes on, they tell you, oh, guess what? You can do laundry. And doing laundry actually helps you out. Not only can you discover brand new equipment, but I mean, it also helps you out and everything and stuff. In that essence, so it's like everything is important. You're just like, okay, like, all right then, I guess it's important. So I have. Should I do it? Do I have to do it? Yes, you have to do it. Like, because I can't say you have to, but
overhead.
You make that idea in your head about what it is that you want to do, and right when you get a hold of everything, when you find that one person that you want to build your relationship with, and you just know without a shadow of a doubt, you're like, yeah, these are the people that I'm going to be definitely spending this is the person I'm definitely going to be spending my time with and everything. And then it introduces something else to you. For instance, you can also do side jobs for these people who basically do things for you in the game. There's a shop owner who sells you guns. And there will be a point in time in which you can do missions or take on odd jobs for him, from lying to people to gathering information to getting the cops off of his back. And it doesn't seem like it's great in the long run, but when you realize that the more you do for this guy, the more you build up your relationship with him, the better the weapons and guns you'll be able to get, you're like, wait a minute. I really want these guns. Like, you know, so everything at first doesn't seem that important. And then when you go in battle, and let's say you're in a particular dungeon that has enemies that are weak against guns, most of the enemies are weak against guns, you're like, oh, I need to get a stronger gun. Well, how are you going to get a stronger gun? You need to start building up your relationship with that shop owner. But it's like, okay, cool, I don't mind doing that. Then you realize that there's a job that you really want, i.e. a florist. And you're thinking, a florist pays a good amount of money. I'll go and be a florist. You go to sign up for the job and you realize your charm has to be up at a certain level. Well, how do you get your charm up? You can either read, you can go to the movies, you can do everything. So it's like, crap, which is more important? Getting this job that I really, really want to be able to make more money, or should I spend that time working at the big beef burger place and everything and stuff, one half, and then the other half, you found yourself, and I was surprised at first, Art Tone, I was like, this is Persona. Pretty serious topics coming from Persona 4. Won't spoil, but jumping part. Yeah, like, I need to play Persona 4, Persona 3. I haven't played any of... The only Persona that I played was Persona 2 Eternal Darkness. That was the only one that I played. And even that one, I didn't get to complete. I literally played it halfway through, and the guy that I borrowed it from ended up having to leave. Plus the jobs were helping to get requests. Exactly. There are some jobs in which you needed to have in order to be able to gain intel on how to be able to defeat a certain monster or something like that, you know, find a particular person or something like that. So everything was important. It was your job to figure out what was the most important thing for you to do right then and there. I'm playing through Persona 2 Innocent Sin right now. Sweet. Yeah, I need to go through and I will at some point in time go through and get all the other Personas and play it, because if it's anything like Persona 5, I don't know what I've been missing out on. Persona 5 is my heart. I love Persona 5. I love the storyline. I love the serious undertones about it and everything, from dealing with sexual abuse to suicide. A lot of the stuff and everything that, I mean, it presents itself in a cartoony, stylized kind of, you know, comic book kind of way, which throws you off. But when you actually pay attention to the storyline, you realize some of this stuff is relatively dark. And if your morals are pretty sensitive, or if you feel like this is something that might trigger you, like if you have had a terrible experience in high school in which you were dealing with sexual harassment of any kind and everything, I would implore you, please be careful playing this game and everything, because yeah, exactly, very relatable. A lot of these characters, they're talking about overcoming the confines of society, and grown-ups as well. These kids have built a wall around them because majority of the grown-ups that they have surrounded themselves by are lying, conniving, terrible people and everything and stuff, you know. And because of that, they have this terrible outlook on society as a whole and grown-ups. They feel like all grown-ups are just liars, manipulators, terrible people. And in essence, majority of the grown-ups in this game do turn out to be somewhat terrible and everything, you know. There's a few of them that are obviously actually, you know, pretty good and everything like that. They have the thing. But, you know, as the story develops and you learn more and more about a lot of these people's backstories and what it is that they do and everything, you start to feel so immersed in the storyline, like you really want these people to accomplish their goals. The Phantom Thieves and everything, to go around and steal your heart and make you confess to all the terrible things that you've done and everything, you know. And they start off as cliche anime archetype characters, but develop into real people. It's like they want you to think that. Yeah, they did, and I do agree with you on that one. I do feel like they literally tried their best to basically make you be this, you know, like immerse yourself and everything and stuff in these anime archetypes and everything. You had the strong silent type and everything. You had the girl who literally just was only over obsessed with herself. She's pretty, but at the same time, she's like, okay, you know, she runs away and all that crap and everything. And that was, you know, it was like, okay, cool, no problem. You had the typical smarty pants who pushed his glasses up on his face with one finger and everything, thought he knew everything about everything and stuff and all that. And that wasn't it. Like, it really wasn't. It pulled a 360 or a 180 on everybody. And it's just like the bro character, the student council elect. Yeah, like you have all of these where it makes you feel like, oh, I know exactly how they're going to be. You had a lot of these characters who presented themselves in the beginning when you first met them as your typical characters, the ones that you honestly felt was going to be, yeah, you know, like, okay, well, I know exactly. And then it's like, nope, not at all. Not at all. What you thought was going to happen isn't going to happen like that. How you thought this character was going to be, they're absolutely not like that. I can't remember his name right now, but the one who wore his glasses, the art student. You thought this guy, because of the way he looks, was the smart, overachiever kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out he's actually a pervert in disguise. He effectively was trying to draw on naked. Like, he wanted her naked. It's like, you can laugh at it because it's funny and everything, but then you just have to stop and think about it. He's not at all how I thought he was going to be. You love the twist. Wasn't the twist. The twist was the twist after that. Yeah, I know. Like, it was just so much. That part was funny. Yeah, it was so much fun. It was so much fun to me. They had his very lighthearted moments. It's funny moments that literally will make you laugh out loud. Other moments that'll touch your heart and say, "Dang, that's really jacked up" and everything. When you find out about old girl, the detective's little sister, who was the, like you said, the student council elect and everything like that and stuff, or the student council president. When you find out her story, and you know, this girl literally had no voice. Everybody assumed everything of her. She was an overachiever. She was Miss Goody Two Shoes. She did this, she did that. And when you learned her story, not only about the tragic end that her dad met, but basically how her sister was treating her and making her be, because her sister felt like, in order to survive in this world, you have to have a great education, you have to get straight A's, you have to do this, you have to do that, and wouldn't even allow her to have an opinion on anything. You start to feel for her because you just assumed she was just this stuck-up bitch, for lack of better words and everything and stuff, who really, you know, didn't understand overall what was going on. And she did. Like, this was a girl who really didn't have a voice, who just basically did what she was told, and that was it. And then you find out it's just like, oh, dude, she's definitely not like that at all. She definitely was still a prude in some ways and everything, and stuck up in other ways and stuff. Not in the sense how you would think, but in the sense of she always was more or less looking at doing the right thing versus doing the wrong thing. Like, if everybody in the party said that, hey guys, let's sneak out after dark and head to the beach, she would be the one to say, hey guys, let's not do that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has that kind of friend. And sometimes it pays off to have that kind of friend in your life. My wife is like that, you know. She's not adventurous at all. She's probably gonna hit me, but but that's the, you know, the point I was trying to make and everything and stuff. But wow, yes, favorite arc build up was her awakening. Oh my God, yes, dude. Especially when Sai told her how she really felt like she was a burden. Then Makoto start doing, yeah, dude, like that was one of my favorite arcs, Persona Time, and she changes through playing around. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. All of them do. Every single one of them, you know, have their own revelation, and they build up their change. They get closer. But my waifu. I know a lot of people are probably gonna ask, dude, you talked about waifus earlier. You talked about all these girls in the game. No, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna ask you, C. Cole, who do you think my waifu was in this game? Out of all the females that you could have dated, who do you think my waifu would have been? Makoto. No, hell no. No, Makoto was not my wife. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. We're supposed to be the same, bruh. Oh, yours was Makoto? Okay, I thought you were telling me. Okay. I was about to say, you're supposed to know me, man. Out of all the females, and I know it's going to strike controversy because a lot hold up 2 hints. All right, 2 hints. Let's see. I'll give you 2 hints. First hint, it struck up a lot of controversy dating this girl for one specific reason. And I'll leave it at that. Number 2, she's smart. Very Kawakami. No, she's smart. Yes, Futaba. Yes, Futaba. God, I love Futaba. I'm sorry. I love girls like that. I love my wife. You see her in real life. You know, obviously, if you look at Futaba and you look at my wife, you'll understand. Yeah, obviously he has. I love that and everything. She's so short and fun size and cute and shy. I love girls like that. I just wanted to hold her though. I love Futaba. And like I said, it struck up a lot of controversy because Futaba was relatively young. I think she was like supposed to be portrayed as 15, going on 16 and everything and stuff. So, you know, but I was like, well, if you can do that same, because the main character, he was supposed to be 17. So it's not like you were doing anything, you know, whatever. But if you're a grown up playing the game and you try to get with Futaba, that usually means that you're a pervert in real life. No, I just liked her personality. I liked the fact that she was into video games. I mean, she literally had everything. I had everything in common with her, and I felt like that was more relatable. Bruh, she like 15. MC is 16 or 17. Wrong. Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. Like, the main character is 17, she's 15, so obviously them getting together wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, controversial. But a lot of people was feeling like some kind of way about it because when you're playing as it, you are your age as of now. So trying to get with a 15-year-old is like being, you know, and I'm looking at it like, I'm not going off of it based off of her age. Like, going into pursuing her, I wasn't worried about her age. I wasn't even worried about her looks. What I was worried about was her character type. I really liked her personality. And the reason that I look for a person, in real life, you wouldn't date somebody, then Japan age consent is different. Yeah, it's definitely different from ours and everything. So if you go in looking for a new relationship, or you go into a relationship with somebody, you're not going to try to go into a relationship with somebody that you literally have no, nothing in common with, or somebody that you feel like, you know, wouldn't take an interest in your interests. This is a girl who presented herself from the beginning as being very smart, computer savvy, obviously able to hack into the most securest of networks. Not only that, but she's into anime, she's into comic books, and she's into video games. Why in the world wouldn't I go for a girl like that? Makoto, awesome. All these other individual girls had different things they brought to the table that I thought was cool and interesting and funny and awesome and everything. But I felt like all of them, out of all of them, the one that I could relate to the most was Futaba, because let's face it, I love video games. I love anime. I love comic books. So why in the world wouldn't I go for somebody like her? I'm sorry. Everybody kept saying that Kawakami was, oh my gosh, everybody look, out of all the females you could date, Kawakami was the best. Okay, I have no problem with that. Her arc is very strong too. Thank you. It is so, oh my God, it was so emotional too. God, it was emotional, man. Like, God, it was so emotional. It brought a tear to my eye, and I don't even cry about nothing. I was like, wow, dude, like the overall dynamic and everything of Futaba's past. Even my wife was sitting up there watching like, dang, that's fucked up. Like, his same setup as all Persona 4 dungeons. Yeah, like, it just, I don't know. For me, I really did overall just enjoy Persona 5, and I can't wait to play Persona 4 and all the other Personas and really immerse myself in that and everything. But with that being said, I'm going to bring this gameplay to an end. I haven't got a lot of much done. I've spent a lot of time talking, so I didn't get a lot done and everything and stuff, but I got enough done and everything. Once I come back and everything, I will be going and continuing on with my side quest, turning a lot of the stuff in, going on more hunts, doing things like that. Like I said, eventually, yes, we will go in and tackle the Adamantoids, take on all these other crazy, you know, side quests and everything that we're supposed to be doing and everything. I think I'm going to look into, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to go into Castlemark Tower without, you know, first researching it and everything like that, because I don't want to get lost there and have you guys suffer watching me walk around for 4 hours getting frustrated because I keep getting dumped into a battle that I don't want to be in. So with that being said, I'm going to bring this stream to an end. Thank you so much to C_Cole96 for giving me a good laugh and everything and stuff, and really participating in this chat and everything. If you are new here, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe as my channel keeps growing and growing. And I've only been doing this for about a month and everything, or a couple of months really, and everything and stuff. But I upload every single day, non-stop. Never, sometimes twice a day, but guaranteed every single day I upload and everything. And it's always so cool and everything. So yeah, if you are new here, feel free, like, share, and subscribe. Also, I think in the chat and everything, C_Cole96 that he has his own channel as well. So go ahead, go over there, check him out, see what he has to offer and everything. Give him a like. Tell him that your boy Sky sent him and everything, so he knows that where you're coming from and everything. But go over there, give him a like, a share, and subscribe as well. Support his channel. As always, support my brother's channel, Double D, as this channel is continuing to grow. And he also does gameplays of Kingdom Hearts. He's doing one of Kingdom Hearts right now, Assassin's Creed Origins. A lot of different games. He likes to mix it up. I'm more consistent. He's every day. No, really. YouTube. Hey, you know what? Doesn't even matter, man. If you're uploading stuff on YouTube, you deserve to have people come over there and see what's going on over there. Well, with that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day, and take care.